CRS Labs, and today we're going to start a stream that I think will be pretty interesting. We're going to do a campaign in the game Stellaris, and in doing so we're going to make use of a build I put together a little while back that I think is pretty fun. They're called the Khell'Zen Order, and they're a theocratic dictatorship. A lot of what the build aims to do is to kind of help build unity quickly. So it's got a exalted priesthood, which allows the use of admin jobs that produce additional unity. I also took efficient bureaucracy in order to get a little bit of admin cap, as that will kind of help us with some of the negatives that come from Empire Sprawl. They're authoritarian, which will help by giving us a little bit of a monthly influence, which is nice, especially in the early game. And perhaps most importantly, they're fanatic spiritualists, giving a nice plus 20% Empire modifier to Unity, and that needed a cost of minus 10% is also nice. As far as some of the other features go, they're also, as a population, they're traditional, which gives us a 10% bonus to Unity from jobs. The negative trait I took was sedentary, as I don't imagine I'll be using the resettlement much, so I don't really mind that cost being a little higher. And I also used enduring to get 20 years on our leaders, as that gives them more time to develop and gain experience and ostensibly get better traits. So we're going to go ahead and play with these folks. Now as far as these settings go, I think I'm going to do a large galaxy. Actually, you know what? Let's do a huge galaxy. We'll try to randomize these empires a little bit. I'd like to make sure there's enough going on. So we'll do like 8 to 17. Then after that, what we'll go ahead and do is also randomize advanced AI starts. I like 2 to 4. Maybe we'll do 2 to 5. And then we can do Fallen Empires, keep that kind of high at 2 to 4. The Marauder Empires, let's just have that at 3. Maybe it'll give us a better chance of having the con event occur mid-game. We'll keep the costs and the crisis strength, that sort of thing, all at the defaults. We'll do the same with the start years for the crises. I'm also, for the first time, I'm kind of playing around with the Glavius AI mod, so I'm actually going to keep this difficulty kind of low, like where it's at, because supposedly with that mod, this game's pretty challenging even with that. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, the rest of this I think we will keep the same. I'll play it on Iron Man mode also. The mod is why this wouldn't be eligible for achievements. So let's go ahead and get started. Loading screens. Aren't they great? Gives us time to reflect on the choices we're about to make. Let's see, here we're starting. Here we go. In the eons since the first primitive Khell'Zen communities took shape in the meadows and forests of Sutharia, our civilization has spread and prospered. Many false prophets took it upon themselves to offer spiritual guidance to our people as we advanced through the ages, but the truth faith prevailed. The last heathen strongholds were vanquished after several bloody crusades, uniting us under the holy will of a single divine leader. Now, after the discovery of the Hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Khell'Zen Order have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. So there is where we start. We have like a pretty decent system here, I think. What's our planet looking like first? So, pretty standard stuff here. I think the first thing, though, that we need to do is perhaps set up our exploration. So if we go up to the galaxy map view, we've got our science ship here, and it looks like we have ourselves like a little bit of a cluster here to start off with. It's pretty nice looking. I can see a couple of possible choke points that we can check out. So let us get started here. And we'll do the ones kind of like immediately around first. And then I also want to take our engineering ship. Let's see, we got 100 minerals. Let's see. Can we... Let's build a mining station. And... Oh, we also need to select our research, of course. So I think immediately I want to go for the physics research. And then... let's see. I like this additional unity, planetary unification, and the additional engineering research. And my, how lucky did we get on these roles for the researchers? Spark of Genius, and Maniacal. So we get a 5%, a 10, and a 10. That's going to be pretty nice. So I guess then we can go ahead and start the time and get our ship out there going. Curious to see what we find out there in the universe. We'll go on fastest for a minute here. Looks like nice. The first system we're going for looks like it has a continental world, which I believe is our preference. So that's a potential first site for a colony, one jump away. The ISS Pomponius Mela, oh boy, that's a weird one, has made a startling find on Rulan 1. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Sutharia. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Rulan 1 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. Big steps for our civilization. Big steps indeed. The Khell'Zen Order is abuzz with the news of the new alien organisms discovered by the ISS Pomponius Mela some time ago. Khell'Zen theologians have been partaking in arcane rites since this first sign that divine providence extends outside of Sutharia, attempting to find new answers. How nice. Our mining station got finished. We're starting to build up a little bit there. One thing I want to get early on here is one of them fancy temples. So I think I'm going to save up the minerals for that and try to get that right away to really start getting that unity snowball going. Do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll do this. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Sutharia. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. So we'll go ahead and do that event chain. I think that one's pretty fun. And we'll go ahead and build our temple. Get that construction going. I'd also like to get another science ship at some point. What will that cost us? 199 energy credits. I think we can do it. The faster we can figure out what's around us, the better. So we can figure out our plans for expansion.
Construction complete.
That is getting close to done. Ah, there is our science ship. Go ahead and pick a leader for that. Oh, we got an archaeologist here. That anomaly research speed would be a nice thing to have.
Construction complete.
So we'll go ahead and assign them.
Tactical retreat.
So we had a bunch of things happen here. Looks like we have a hijacked fleet event and an anomaly, which I'm going to leave be for now because that says 300 days and we really need the surveying to happen. So first let's take care of the science ship thing. I imagine they're going to be retreating anyway. Okay, so... Alright, so we're getting this fellowship event chain, it looks like. Centuries ago, a group of radical priests and their devoted followers on Sutharia broke away from the established religions to form their own church. These extremists called themselves the Fellowship, and have been responsible for many atrocities and acts of terror over the years. Although they have kept a low profile in modern times, we recently learned that many of their agents have infiltrated our military. These renegades have secretly been diverting resources to the construction of a small fleet of starships at a hidden facility on Cytheria. When their treachery was revealed, the cultists blasted into orbit on their ships and fled to Caledonia. That is interesting.
Situation
So it looks like we are going to have a fight on our hands, which I'm going to slow us down for.
Star system charted.
Our valiant space forces have skillfully disabled a ship in the cultist armada. It is mostly intact, and we are picking up faint life signs from inside its hull. Once we have eliminated all threats in the immediate vicinity, we should conduct a boarding operation to secure any survivors. They may be able to tell us more about the ultimate motives of the Fellowship.
Situation log updated.
So once they're defeated, we'll go ahead and do that. But before, looks like we get to choose our first tradition. So we've got some choices here. Just starting off with Discovery is usually a pretty decent way to go. You get the survey bonuses. So if we're interested in the exploration thing, that's kind of nice. We can get a survey speed increase, research station output, and then some nice things for our scientist leaders. We could also go Harmony, which we could get another bonus to our lifespan. I don't think we're going to go this one first. I feel like this will be more beneficial later in the game. The other one I'm considering is maybe Expansion, because Expansion does give us that influence reduction cost, or influence cost reduction, which is nice. Getting colonies with an extra pop is kind of nice. Getting the admin cap. There's some good things there too. But I think in the end, the most important thing for us right now is figuring out where we are in the galaxy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with Discovery. Alright, and you just need to... Alright, let's check out what happens with this battle now. How are we... it looks like we were victorious. So let's go ahead and get our fleet repairing. Although I think, are they the ones that... They're the ones that do the research, so we'll go ahead and have them take care of that. Let's take a look at our planet again. How are we doing? What do we need resource-wise? And I think we need energy credits the most, so I'm going to go ahead and build one of these generator districts. Alright, our fleet's repaired.
Special project complete.
Boarding action. Though the survivors offered stiff resistance, our boarding party was able to secure several prisoners from the disabled cultist starship. From them, we have learned that this conspiracy goes far deeper than we initially suspected. The agents of the Fellowship include several flag officers and high-ranking officials within our own government. Mass arrests are being made on Cytheria, and all assets belonging to this cult have been seized. However, several of the starships they built in secret remain unaccounted for, and the upper echelons of the cult's leadership have vanished. We have picked up faint ion trails leading to several outlying systems. That seems bad. I think we're gonna run into them again as we explore our little part of the galaxy. Let's see, let's get the energy credits from that mining station as well. And we'll unpause. Ha! I see we have a Cody here on the stream with us. The stream does need more Sir Elton. He was around here before, like right before I hit the button to start this thing, and then he of course left. Because he doesn't want me to have nice things. But he'll probably be back later. Okay, so we got some construction going. Our fleet is in need of some repairs, and also probably needs to get bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make this a full
Construction complete.
a full 20 stack as its definition, and then when we have the resources, start building this up, which I guess we do. So let's go ahead and get some reinforcements. And we'll continue on our discovery path. I think the initial choice we're going to need to make is to use to boldly go. Getting that survey speed increase is pretty fantastic. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now that that is going,
Complete.
we got our reinforcements going, we got our new tradition. Things are looking pretty up. Wonder what how our survey ships are doing here. Not bad. I'm liking this system here. Rulan 1. Looks like it's got a 15 size continental world, which is pretty nice. We can probably do something with that. I wonder if it has any... Well, I guess we'll find out eventually if it has anything special. Oh, it looks like it has crystalline caverns,
Anomaly found.
which is nice. And we'll go ahead and let them research that one. Oh, I should have read that one. I forgot. But, yeah, so we'll continue on that. I think I'm going to go ahead and bump us up to fastest to get some things going. Early game in Stellaris can be a little slow.
Anomaly found.
Let's see, we have another anomaly. A colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this planet once. Let's check that out. And let's get another Corvette in there. I do want to make sure we have an okay amount of fleet strength as we get going here. And I'm probably going to start claiming some of these worlds since we've got some influence built up. Looks like we got like low 200s.
Complete.
So once we get enough resources, we'll start doing that. Let's see, abandoned amusement park. The structures on Anarchurus 5 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Decima Volus notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Khell'Zen, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Well, that seems cool. Get some research back out of that. And I think we just need to get to 100 alloys, and then we can, yep, get our first starbase going. I think getting access to that 6 minerals and that little bit of research will be nice. Plus claiming the planet, of course. And it looks like in our immediate vicinity we also have a planet, a system with some trade value, which is nice. We'll be able to collect from that, get some extra energy credits. Let's see, next on our path to discovery, why don't we... yeah, we'll go ahead and take this research station output and finish that part of the... And, oh, look, our governor looks like they got a trait. They've become more experienced, but with this experience has come an increasing stubbornness. The governor has become quite obdurate and is having difficulty accepting new ideas. Ah, the stubborn trait. Well, that guy. Okay, and it looks like we can also build another building here if we'd like. Although...
Star system charted.
Do we need to right now? It would be nice to get the research. So I think I am going to build a research lab. Looks like our scientists got the statecraft trait. So that's pretty nice. We've got that construction going. What are we doing on our resources? As always, we could use more energy credits. We're doing pretty good on food. Which actually, we didn't really look at our policies. I should have done that at the beginning. Let's take a look at that and see if there's anything we want to change. Unrestricted wars is fine. Indiscriminate is good. You know, well, I say good. It's a war crime, but we're gonna... Our people will allow it for now. Resettlement, peaceful, open. At some point, I would like to get this to nutritional plentitude. I'm a little worried about doing it with only a plus 12, but maybe we could make this continental world maybe focus on food, and then we could switch that to nutritional plenitude and get that nice pop bonus. But we'll wait on that for the moment. Economic policy, we're on mixed. That would at some point I'd also like to hop that to militarized, but let's wait on that as well. It would also be really nice to get this to marketplace of ideas, but we need to be making more energy credits before we can do that. The reason why is it would give us another little bump to the Unity production, which is part of the point of this build, is to essentially beat all of the other races to the different ascension perks. And then in the way late game, we'll be making tons and tons of Unity, and we'll be able to buy those like really nice edicts. Okay, this one we have to change. We are going to like a real strict spiritualist run here, so we're gonna go ahead and outlaw robotic workers. We'll probably end up going psionic down the road. We won't. Nah, I think the rest of this we can keep the same. Although I don't think we're gonna be doing this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and prohibit slavery. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any of that. Cool. So let's continue on with our adventure. How is
Construction
cool?
complete.
Our construction ship is done. We got our first new system.
Charted.
I'd like to go ahead and immediately get those
Found.
mining stations. And that's this anomaly. At first glance, this planet does not seem capable of supporting living beings, but nevertheless, we have detected life signs emanating from somewhere beneath its frozen surface. Ooh, how ominous. Alright, we're building that up. I think I actually want to get a buddy construction ship for that one so we can do more than one thing at once. And I think our science ship here is getting near the end of their exploration orders. Yeah. And an arid world. Okay. So far this cluster doesn't look too bad. I am very much liking these couple of choke points.
Construction
We'll have to see
complete.
what's out here, but this might be a nice starting spot. Alright, let's go ahead and... Nope,
Anomaly
can't
found.
do that yet. Oh, an anomaly. Ship sensors are well, multiple anomalies. Ship sensors are picking up an unexplained pattern of interference in the Witcher system. Cool, we'll check that out. Ocean beneath the ice. Deep scans of Sitter 4 have revealed, or Sitter 6 have revealed a large ocean heated by hydrothermal vents beneath the ice mantle covering the surface. Science officer Publius Instaeus dispatched probes from the ISS Icorius that drifted through several miles of thick ice and found the water below teeming with what appears to be life. We will need more resources to conduct a thorough study of the many unique life forms inhabiting this ocean. Oh, that's cool.
Situation log
I
updated.
guess if we want that, we can probably look into that in our situation log. Where's this at? Ah, in Cedar. Okay. In fact, maybe that is what we'll have this person do. We need 13 more to build the next station. Let's get these research stations going. Keeping pace on research is going to be really important for us.
Construction complete.
Sonified science. The ISS Pomponius Mela crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the Witcher system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation to be precise, and one that science officer Decima Volus cannot seem to get out of their head. Who or what may have composed this song remains unknown, though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside our galaxy. Well, that is interesting. I mean, as far as like songs you could get stuck in your head, I guess interesting alien one from outside our galaxy is probably not too shabby. And then we'll go ahead and move on through our discovery tree still, getting science division. I mean, see, we're getting these tradition things pretty quickly. I imagine we're going to hit our first ascension perk here reasonably soon. I imagine usually with this build, I end up being the first on a map to get an ascension perk, which is kind of nice. Ah, cool, we got our first tech finished. So we're going to get a little bit of extra unity, which again helps us in what we're trying to do. So we need a new one. I think the way to go here is to go for this pop growth speed, especially early on. That's something I think we're going to definitely want, is buffs to that. I have noticed though we're starting to run a little bit of a deficit on energy credits. So I think we're going to want to prioritize getting this world down here. Yeah. To get the 3 that's here. Alright, let's check on our home world. Things still seem to be going pretty well. Got the temple.
Special project complete.
Ooh, special project. Science officer Publius Stellaris has returned from the expedition that studied the rich biosphere in the seas beneath the ice mantle of Sitter 4. Our underwater probes have mapped the terrain and cataloged most of the life forms. Although this data may be of some use to our biologists, no particular discoveries have been made that would have any applications beyond that. Ah, cool. Oh, 200 experience is not too bad. And I think I'm going to have to give them orders again. Yeah. Let's have them continue exploring up here and then maybe head this way. This person is still surveying. So we'll let them continue on with their business.
Construction complete.
That station is almost done.
Complete.
So let's immediately send them down here to the sun to build a mining station, because we very badly needed those energy credits. Let's go ahead and bump to fastest for a little bit, get some things happening. I also didn't check where we were in the galaxy exactly. This is kind of interesting. Looks like we're on the third arm here of the spiral.
System charted.
We'll have to see if this position ends up working to our advantage or not. I believe I had this set on random placement as well, so we could either be close to people or we may be kind of off on our own here, depending on the dice roll, I guess. Let's see. What do we want to do for our tech? Minerals might be nice, although we don't have a ton of mineral jobs really right now. So that bonus probably won't mean much. Coil gun would be a nice upgrade for our ships. Minerals, that's again. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the defense upgrade for right now. Speaking of which, I guess we could take a look at our ship designer and see what we're working with. Why don't we make our own designs? I'm normally kind of lazy and don't do this, but since we're doing this together, why not? What do we name this? It's called Swarm Ship. What do we got going here? We got small mass driver and a red laser. 2 shields and let's see what the hell. We're already at 0. What does the reactor booster give us other than it's just power generation? Okay, I don't think we need that. That cost wouldn't really get us much. So that we get extra shield damage and lower armor damage. Whereas it's the opposite for this. I think I'm going to leave this as it is. I'm going to turn on the auto upgrade. And if we run across the Empire that requires us maybe to make the change, we can revisit it. But. And then let's... Alright, so then for the future ones, make future Corvettes are. Alright. that's that handled for the moment.
Already found.
It looks like we now have another anomaly. By chance, we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this planet. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Well, let's find out. Looks like our economy's back to even. We'll step down to fast while we're doing some things here.
Star system charted.
On the surface of J006498 sits what appears to be a large machine of unknown origin and purpose. Ooh, let's go ahead and research that.
Technology secured.
Get new tech. Looks like our physics research is done. And of course, we got lucky here and we got automatic exploration like right away. So we're gonna hop on that. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute, but that is one of my favorite techs because I don't typically like to micro that much myself. So whenever I have something that can like do a little bit of automation, it's kind of nice. Let's see. Now we can continue expansion. We could take this planet that has a couple of energy credits and some trade value. I kind of like going down to this 3 energy credits though for right now. And how are we doing with our population stuff? Pretty good. We've still got positive housing. We've got no unemployment, 4 available jobs. So we're doing okay here. We're gonna need food soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and build agricultural district. Then we're gonna go ahead and choose our next tradition, which will be Polytechnic Education. Ooh, alien machine. If I remember, this one's pretty fun. Further scans suggest the machine is still operational, though its purpose remains entirely unclear. Science officer Decima Volis has never seen anything like it. Some of its materials look familiar, but most are strange and utterly alien as the design of its components. The machine has what appears to be a console, with one item in particular standing out: a large crooked lever of unknown material. So we want to pull... I feel like this is one of those situations where it's like you have a large button in front of you, so you just sort of have to push it. So we're gonna pull this lever. As our scientists pulled the lever, the machine emitted a huge blast of energy that multiplied in shockwaves, twisting and ripping through the void, tearing open a wormhole in Witter. After the residuous energy diffused the wormhole and the immediate area around it settled, and now appear to be stable enough for safe passage. As for what awaits us on the other side, our scientists are not so sure. The machine itself has been returned to its inactive state and no longer gives off any anomalous readings. Huh. So we can either take it apart, which will give us some minerals and physics, or we can study it, which gives the system, it looks like a permanent modifier of +7 physics. Where's the J00? It must be in here. Yeah, let's research the machine, because we're gonna end up taking Sidor anyway. So I think that +7 bonus is better for the long term. But that is interesting. I did not know that event could spawn a wormhole. So now we've got a wormhole in our space that, I don't know, could be good, could be bad, could be indifferent. We'll have to see if it goes somewhere scary once we get the technology for that. And I'm now noticing the song that Cody has put into the chat.
Construction complete.
Get a mining station here. I think we're off to an okay start. Let's go ahead and let's get another Corvette. We're about to get some energy credits here. That'll help us with the economy. At some point soon, I'd like to get ready to colonize this planet. I guess we've got a pretty large stockpile of food. I could probably sell some in order to get up a little bit more of a stockpile.
Complete.
So yeah, let's sell like 500 food.
Construction
Cool.
complete. Construction complete.
And then we have enough. We can go ahead and take this as well. Which will give us access to a couple more energy credits. Our stability is looking pretty decent. We haven't had... actually, we're authoritarians. So I don't think I'm going to have to worry about factions. Natural wormhole. We've detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon at the edge of the... Okay, well... I think this just fired because it... Yeah, it spawned and it was late to the show. Oh! More ships belonging to the Fellowship have been encountered in the Sitter system. They're approaching an attack formation.
Tactical retreat.
Looks like we've got the cultists out here in Sitter. What's their combat strength? 139? I think that we can go ahead and take them. Oh wait, cool. Let's just retrofit those first though. Okay, so let's do a quick upgrade and assign a leader. I like eager because they're cheap and will have lower upkeep, and hopefully they'll gain traits over time.
Vessels upgraded.
All right, we got our vessels upgraded, so let's go ahead and take a little trip over there. Maybe we'll watch them go on their journey. Perhaps not. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Witter system. These strange objects have been flagged as beta aliens. We should proceed with caution. Interesting. News of alien ships humming through the ether have reached Sutharia, in many ways ending the first chapter in the book of the Khell'Zen Order's bid for a stellar empire.
Tactical retreat.
How fascinating. So I wonder what does beta aliens look like? What are we dealing with here? Looks like the space amoebas, but I guess we'll find out for sure when we do the research. Hop up to fast. Looks like we've got a now idle science ship. Needs to go out and get some work done, so we'll send them out this way. This construction ship is very not busy. So let's go ahead and claim Sidor. I'm really liking the look of that system. 7 physics, 3 society, trade value, a couple energy credits. Like, it should be a pretty nice one for us to pick up. But it is pales in comparison to this War 3 apparently, which has a 20 continental world. That's going to be an enticing target for us. And it's within our kind of like initial safe zone that we want to expand out into as far as choke points go. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Looks like it's just a fleet.
Attacking enemy vessels.
So we should be able to, I think we'll win this fight. Seems pretty easily. Looks like they're down to their last ship here, and we've won. So we'll go ahead and have them head home for repairs. We're definitely not ready to worry about those space amoeba. That combat power of 500 is a bit too much for us at this point. Alright, so what is our construction ship down here doing? Nothing really. I don't since we're still negative on energy credits, I am a little hesitant to take this, but I guess we're gonna get 2. Yeah, we'll go ahead and build the research station. We can take this planet up here to get another 3. So I think we'll be all right there. See, how are we doing on jobs? We got 20 on farming jobs. Okay. And then we still have plenty of housing, which is good. Our fleet is going back for repairs. We can go ahead and speed up a bit.
Anomaly found.
Looks like we found an anomaly. Some kind of unknown structures are floating in this gas giant's upper atmosphere. They appear to be using aerostatic lift to remain buoyant. Huh. Well, that sounds pretty fascinating. Let's research that. And we get... Go ahead and pause for a second. We get to do our last tradition here, which will lead to the choice of an ascension perk. So we're going to get faith in science, which gives pops working with research have their upkeep reduced by 20%, which is pretty nice. You know, we're religious scientists. Let's see, ascension perks. Now, there's a lot of choices we have here, but I think there's really one that fits specifically with the playstyle we're trying to go for right now. And that is this one that's called One Vision. True unity is achieved only when ultimate goals of a nation and its people are one and the same. After all, a house divided against itself cannot stand. So it's really nice because it gives us an extra 10% unity. It reduces amenities, which is nice, and increases governing ethics attraction by 50%, which is also nice. Helps us keep our stability high and all that kind of fun stuff. So I think we're going to go ahead and take this first, as it's going to help us snowball into getting additional traditions and ascension perks. So there we go with that. Our fleet is still on its way back. I think we can bump it to fastest for a minute.
Complete.
Although, I also think we need to build another science ship.
Technology secured.
Got a new tech. Let's check it out. So our pop growth speed finished. So now we need a new society tech. I'm thinking what we do is get gene clinics, because what these will allow us to do is when we colonize worlds, we can start off, this can be one of the early buildings we build, because what it does is it increases pop growth speed on the planet, which is super nice to have. Among a couple of other things it does, but that's perhaps the highlighting feature, as it were. Aerostat colonies. A ruined network of aerostat colonies dating back at least 3 millennia can be found in the low orbit of this gas giant. The original function appears to have been gas mining, but they have since been abandoned and reoccupied by many different races and pirate groups. The colonies have been thoroughly stripped of anything even remotely valuable, but the mere fact that they are still aloft after all this time makes them an interesting subject of engineering research. That is pretty fascinating.
Construction complete.
And we got ourselves another science ship, so we're going to need another scientist. And none of these are particularly great for exploration. So, since I got 2 of those, I'll just go with that. And let's send this person on some orders. We've got somebody going down here already. Why don't we send this one out up this way? Anomaly. Large amount of ship debris can be found in orbit around this planet, possibly the remnants of some kind of massive fleet action. We'll have to see what that's about. And we shall continue. Can we do something with these construction ships? Yes. Why don't we claim the next system and then have our second construction ship start coming their way around, and then they will build a mining station here for us while the other one claims the next system. How are we doing here? Still pretty good. We don't quite have enough alloy to be building another Corvette yet, so we won't do that. Signs of battle. There's clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in close orbit of Aldebaran 5. At some point in the last 5,000 years, the surface on one side of the planet is pockmarked with craters from stray weapons blasts, and scans from the ISS Pomponius Mela have picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact that anything remains at all after the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science Officer Decima Volus is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. So, let's see, on our...
Tactical retreat.
Ooh, looks like we found something nasty. More cultists. We've got a 284 fleet this time. So I'm gonna need to get some more fleet strength to deal with them, so we can continue exploring. I guess in the meantime...
Construction complete.
Where is that science ship at?
Star system charted.
Oh, okay, I don't want you going on...
Construction complete.
That's a ridiculous path. Why don't we have you research these projects in the system for the moment, until we can get that cleared out. I don't know, I'm not sure where that thing thought it was going to get over there. Ooh, I also have the opportunity to build another mining station here to try to stave off our impending insolvency. I mean, although not really. We can sell things to stabilize our energy credit situation when we need to.
Construction complete.
I think Alexander Hannibal would indeed take care of those cultists.
Construction complete.
I think, yeah, you're right, Cody. Ember is probably among them. We're gonna have to go take care of that.
Special project complete.
So, Cody, it sounds like you still have that soundtrack stuck in your head, there, huh? From all right, let's see.
Star system charted.
You're listening to it now. That is fantastic. Oh, you know, we never surveyed Sitter. Let's take care of that. Solar Sailor. We have discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Gotara 1. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails is a large tear where some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering design choices. Yeah, I like this event. Carl Sagan. It also makes me think of there's this episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine where Cisco like restores this like solar sailing vessel and takes his son on this like journey to which is pretty cool.
Anomaly found.
Oh, so this is there are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization. So I think this is going to do some precursor event chain stuff for us. So we're going to go ahead and do this research, even though it's going to take like 2 years. It is ultimately worth it. Okay, so we're back to positive on the energy credits. What do we need to start building a colony ship? What are we missing? We're missing alloys. We could wait 5 months, or I could sell some stuff. Why don't we sell some stuff? I can sell some minerals. Why don't we sell like 1,000 minerals, and then we could buy the 50 we need. So then, okay, then we can wait a monthly tick for that.
Technology secure.
And then let's build our first colony ship. Now the question is, do we go after Wur or Rulon first? I feel like Wur is maybe the better choice. I mean, it's a size 20 world, although doesn't have, so that one doesn't have a lot of agricultural access. It looks like this one, maybe it has more. Not really. So actually, the former is probably a better choice, as it turns out. Oh, okay. So actually, I will have to deal with factions. Looks like we got a couple of new ones. Let's see. The first one is a new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the Khell'Zen Order, led by matriarch Quarta Aquilius. They call themselves United as One Party. Their members have been pushing hard for extreme centralization of political and military power. And then the other one is led by Governor Faustus Cicerus. I can't pronounce that very well. They call themselves the Church of Spiritual Philosophy. Their members support spiritualist and conservative values. Good news, though,
Technology
is
secured.
they both like me, like what we're doing. Did you see the? I haven't seen the trailer for that yet, for Star Trek Picard. I like the name though, and I also like that it's Sir Patrick Stewart focused. Have you seen it? Is it any good? And then let's see. We have a science vessel going over there. I think it's time for us to claim this system. We're gonna need more alloys for that. But I guess first, before we hop into all that, let's figure out our next tradition. I think now that we've got discovery, I think expansion's our next bet as we're expanding, and I think it would be really helpful to get that extra cap. We haven't hit our cap yet, but our administrative cap starts at 50 because we have that efficient bureaucracy bonus, which is helping us right now. But if we go down expansion, we can turn that to 70, which is pretty nice, and it'll reduce the penalties we get for that when the time comes. So we'll go ahead and start down that path. And then we'll have to see which direction we want to go first. Colonization fever would be nice, as we are going to colonize a couple worlds. So I'll probably go down that path, and then the right tree, and then the left. Okay. So now we need to handle this research that I should have taken care of a minute ago. I like the idea of... We don't have a lot of technicians yet, but that's super helpful. But let's get research speed, as I think things that improve research generally should... I feel they take precedence over most other bonuses, as they help you get more bonuses through tech. I'm not really too worried about planet build speed. Strikecraft are not super worth it, although they're kind of fun to have. You can build kind of interesting ships, even if it's not exactly a min-max thing. But I think afterburners are the most helpful thing for right now. Getting some extra speed. We can slap those on our Corvettes and get them really, really cooking. And I think we're gonna go back to the market because I want to buy some alloys again. What can we sell? We can probably sell minerals once more. Sell 1,000 minerals. Buy a bunch of alloys. And now we can go ahead and claim and then we'll end up making that our first colony planet, I think. Oh, neat. Oh, they're okay. So he's in the okay. That's a good spot to start that, and him being kind of the broken hero thing you're talking about sounds pretty great. I'm super interested in that now. I'm gonna have to check out the. I mean, I would have been super interested in it anyway, but that just sounds like a pretty cool premise. We're at +1. Just kind of waiting here for some things to finish building, I think. Like colony shipping one of them. Oh, okay. We found something interesting here. The ISS Marinus has discovered a previously unknown strategic resource on E44OR95, dubbed volatile motes. These pre-natural particles contain a tremendous amount of energy which can be used or can be exploited in energy production as fuel or even as explosives. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system for future exploitation. That is a good point. And okay, actually, that is a system we're probably going to want. We could have our choke point be kind of up north here, because not only does it have the strategic resource, but it also has a continental world, which is nice. So we actually have like 3 additional habitable planets that are okay. within reach.
Star
I
system
feel like that's a pretty lucky start. I mean, I know we're supposed to be guaranteed 2, but to get the 3rd, I think is nice.
complete.
Not that this planet is particularly
system
large. You know,
charted.
13 is okay. But it does have some agricultural potential that we can use. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Where? I do not recall from our research. We did get the automatic stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and set our fancy scientists on do a whatever you want mode here. So that I don't have to pay as much attention to them.
Anomaly found.
Whoa, 2,400 days. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Because I bet there are signs of activity by an ancient precursor. Yeah, these precursor ones I think are important. So let's go ahead and do that. Cool. So let's go ahead and colonize this planet. I'll just leave it as we're primed for now. We'll get them on their way. Interestingly, so far, we haven't really met anyone other than space amoebas. I mean, I guess we haven't ventured super far out. The farthest we've gone is this ship up in Anakis. But we'll have to see. We could use some more reinforcements. I want to take out these cultists over here. Just going to require a couple more corvettes. They're on their way. Let's see, construction ship. Oh, let's have construction ship build the mining stations here. Battle debris. A colossal space battle occurred in high orbit of Gotara 3 Alpha, some 600,000 years ago, with ships from at least 5 different fleets participating. One of the fleets belonged to the Cybrex, although the vast majority of orbital debris seems to come from the other participants. Well, that's interesting. And that gives us another special event type deal. Where is this at? So it's there. I actually kind of want them to just go ahead and continue with that. So we can keep that path going. Not super interested in Sitter yet. I am interested in Istrim, though. That 12 minerals is kind of nice. Let's go up to fastest for a moment. What else do we have going on? What? Starbase. Okay. So that means our corvettes are done here. We're at 364. I think we are ready to take a little poke at the cultists. And then once we get into the 600s, we'll go in here and clear this out.
In progress.
The first Khell'Zen colony. Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Wur Prime. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung out around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first Khell'Zen city on an alien world. It is indeed a great day for the Khell'Zen Order. Look at us go, getting our first colony.
Special project complete.
Ooh, let's see, our project finished. After analyzing the debris left behind from the ancient battle fought above Gatra 3 Alpha, we have learned that 4 alien empires, contemporary with the Cybrex, pooled their forces together in a desperate attempt to halt the advancing fleets of the machine consciousness. Judging by the small amounts of Cybrex debris that was produced by the battle, they were not successful. I also am entertained that this is the precursor we ended up with, considering that we're the, fanatical spiritualists. Okay, well, put them on automatic expiration for now. Also, we gotta do tech. Gene Clinics is finished. That's good. Let's go ahead and get the society research bonus. Oh, hold up. We don't want to miss this battle. We're gonna go down normal speed for this. It looks like we're winning for the moment. It's kind of interesting. It looks like it's like one larger ship. It has a lot of lasers. A lot of shielding too. I guess actually our fleet composition is pretty nice to fight this thing, since it seems to be mostly shields. And we have won. Our fleet has done an excellent job this day. Which makes me... Where's...
Construction complete.
Let's get that science ship going this way. I'd like to have somebody going in each direction. I think we've lucked out with this placement too. Having this kind of dead end thing is nice in the cluster. We only have to worry about 2 directions that we could probably pretty easily fortify with stations when it comes to it. Get some mining stations going. Can we claim this system? We sure can. How's our planet doing? We're starting to get a little low on jobs, I guess. We're down to 3. There are clerk jobs. We could actually probably use another generator district. And let's see. Our fleet's going back. We'll go ahead and speed up here. Fleet is getting back to get repaired. We've got a couple of construction projects going. How is our progress on Unity going? So we're 8 months is not too bad for our next tradition there. I wonder how soon we'll be able to make it so we can switch our
construction complete.
Some of these policies around. So we're up to plus 23 food. So I actually think it might be time to do the nutritional plentitude. I'm gonna go ahead and do the click. And then really would like to do marketplace of ideas, but that would crash our economy.
Construction complete.
Cool. So we're still good on food after that. Plus 16 is not too bad.
Construction complete.
Wonder. Let's see. Oh, actually, let's claim Aldebaran. We'll claim this system here. It has some energy credits, some research, an alloy, which is nice. So I think that's going to do us well. We have a new tradition to pick. So do we want... so we already... I guess we're going to end up building a couple more colony ships here pretty soon. So having the +1 would be nice. Although the Starbase influence cost would also be nice. Let's do the pop for now. We're going to eventually get it all anyway, but it's a matter of what our priorities are, in what order. And I think I'm going to end up trying to get a colony ship here before too long, once we get the alloys together.
Technology secured.
Got a new technology. Afterburners are done. So now I think what would be a good idea is getting an armor upgrade for our ships. Oh. Well, Damia's looking like a nice system to me right now. At 10 energy credits is very respectable. We're gonna have to make our way over there. Perhaps after we take Aldebaran, we'll just shoot over.
Star system charted.
And still, so far, nobody, we haven't run into anybody.
Secured.
Which is either good or bad, depending on your perspective.
Star system charted.
Capacity overload would be a nice edict to have. But the research station output is also great. We're going to do that.
Construction complete.
Looks like we are done here. And we're going to immediately build these mining stations. And this one, let's build the research station. Let's just do it all here. Let's get these things filled in.
Anomaly found.
What's our science ship doing? Alright, now we can get you on automatic exploration so you head that direction. I probably should have noticed that they were idle a little earlier. But what are you going to do? Oh, it looks like we're going to have another encounter with the Marauders. Or not the cultist Marauders. Where are they at?
Retreat.
It looks like they are in the very next system over. There's not a lot of them though, so I think we're just going to go ahead and kick their teeth in their fleet. Oh, actually 10 energy credits and 6 minerals. Not too shabby. We're gonna go ahead and have them queue up building a starbase outpost as well. There goes our glorious little fleet. So we're gonna meet our first other species. From the United Nations of Earth. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Diplomatic channels are open, and all hostilities between us have ceased for the moment. Interesting. So this is one of the races that's like pre-built into the game. They are egalitarian and xenophiles. I don't suspect we'll have a ton of trouble from them, but we do have differing ethics. Praise the divine for this meeting. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms that what we had long suspected, we are not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. We must be wary. These particular Xenos have a level of technology similar to our own, indicating that we achieved spaceflight at roughly the same time. So it looks like we've got them up to the north. They have their one planet. They've got a few systems. But they've immediately closed their borders off to us. It seems they don't like us much. It's because we're authoritarian tyrants. What are you going to do? We could offer them, or have us offer them communications, which won't really get them anything, but it might make them like us a little more. Should that do anything? No. We'll just have to be wary of that. And it looks like we have our space battle now between us and the cultists once again. Seems we're going to pretty easily win that battle. And it looks like we got a couple of events happening now. Battle debris. We've defeated the cultist forces encountered so far, but these engagements have raised a number of alarming questions. The Fellowship has been deploying far more ships than they could possibly have built in secrecy on Sutharia. And now they pitted a large warship of unknown design against us. Where are these ships coming from? Are there more warships like the one we just destroyed? We should investigate the battle debris for more answers. And anomaly, there's significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, massive rifts almost look like writing. Research that. Which means we now have a special project that we can go ahead and send our close by science ship to take care of. And these folks can head back home. That fight was so easy for them that they didn't even take HP damage. We also have the ability to go for a new structure. What are we really in need of? We could use alloys. Could also use energy credits, but I don't think any of these buildings are really going to help with that.
Construction complete. Technology secured.
We're doing okay on housing. We're doing okay on... How are we doing on... Stability is okay. We don't have any crime. I think we're going to build an alloy foundry. Looks like we need a new technology. So we'll go ahead and do... let's do this leader cost. Well... Yeah, let's do this leader cost. Adaptive bureaucracy. Alright, so this system is now through, so we're going to go ahead and spend the minerals there, because the 10 energy credits right now would be a boon per month for us. Let's also get this station, this guy queued up to build those.
Star system charted.
And we'll have them come back.
Sphere of influence expanding.
And our first colony outside the homeworld is completed. So we now have War Prime with its first population and its beginnings, its founding. It's a big day for the Khell'Zen Order. Recovery efforts completed. After sifting through the debris left by the strange cultist warship we destroyed, our scientists believe they may have divined the source of the ships the Fellowship have been throwing against us. Fragments from a log file mention some kind of abandoned alien shipyard discovered by the cultist ships fleeing Southkasa. They have been using the automated shipyard to reinforce their numbers. Now they are even producing new ships from alien templates found within the station's memory banks. This cannot be allowed to continue. The shipyard must be destroyed. So where is this shipyard? Is the question. Is the center situation? Let's see, where are we? Oh, it's all the way out there. Alright, it's going to be a minute before we handle that situation. So, I think, with all of that said, and us in this situation with our first colony, we've got a little bit of space kind of claimed here for us. We've got the beginnings of what will be our economy. We already have an ascension perk, which is nice. I think at that point here, we're going to go ahead and call it for this first playthrough. What we're going to go ahead and do is I'll stream one of these once a week, probably continuing on Fridays, and that will be it. I guess before we cut off, though, I'll go ahead and read this last event. Obadan warrior sighted. For several months now, we have received scattered reports of small numbers of alien mercenaries and privateers operating on the frontiers of our space. They call themselves the Abadan, and are apparently exiles from a nomadic warrior culture inhabiting overcrowded space stations in and around the Phonox system. Their passage near our space proceeded without incident, but they warned us against trespassing in Phonox. There is no Abadan central government to speak of, but the various factions are engaged in constant infighting and often launch raids against neighboring star systems. Indeed, given their vast population and space-based production capability, the Abadan would likely be a significant galactic power if they ever stopped killing each other. And it looks like it's our first encounter with the Marauders. Outsiders, we are the Abadan. Unlike the civilized star nations of our galaxy, we have no single master to lord over us. But I've been chosen to convey this message to you on behalf of all the houses. Do not try to impose your soft and effete ways upon us. You may freely send your alien ships into Abadan territory, but do not expect them to return. Our warriors will welcome the diversion, however. Transmit on this frequency only if you wish to offer tribute, or if you have need of mercenaries, as well as the means to pay them. Cool. So with that event, this will end episode 1 of this series. It's been fantastic hanging out with you all today, and I will see you again next week. Catch you later.